welcome to T-Shirt Talks. A T-shirt is a basic and plain piece of clothing. In these talks, we are after a basic and plain understanding of the Bible. Today's passage comes from John chapter 1, verse 43 to 50. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth. Can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." And Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that." He then added, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Today's passage is very similar to the one that precedes it. Only, before you have Andrew who comes and who follows Jesus, and then he goes and he finds his brother Peter. In this passage, you have Philip who's invited to follow Jesus, and he goes and finds Nathanael. Now, what's interesting is Nathanael's response to the invitation. Once Philip tells him, "Hey, we found the one Moses wrote about," verse 45, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." Then look at verse 46. This is Nathanael's response. "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" In that response, you get a little bit of Nathanael's personality. Nazareth, can anything good come from there? It's a sarcastic response. Nathanael's not really expecting anything. He's discounting what Philip has said to him. But Philip is undeterred. He says, "Come and see," said Philip. Now, when Jesus saw verse 47, when Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." It's interesting how Jesus deals with Nathanael. Jesus is the Son of God. He knows all of us. He knows the insides of our hearts, and he knows that inside of Nathanael is disbelief. Nathanael is skeptical. Nathanael is sarcastic. Again, verse 46, "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" So when Jesus sees Nathanael coming, he proactively engages Nathanael. "Here truly," verse 47, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Now look at verse 48. "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. And then Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." So why does Jesus open with, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit"? He's calling out the character, the discerning judgment of Nathanael. When Nathanael is told, "We found the Messiah," Nathanael responds, "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" So when Nathanael comes in Jesus' presence, Jesus is actually acknowledging Nathanael's skepticism. And he says, and he remarks, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." And then you look at Nathanael's response, "How do you know me?" So Nathanael is taken back by Jesus' response. "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Nathanael senses and sees truth in what Jesus has called out inside of him. And even to the point of understanding that perhaps his skepticism is perhaps even inappropriate. But then Jesus answers, "So how do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." That detail, "I saw you under the fig tree." Basically, Jesus saying, "I saw you when it's not possible for man to see you, when it's only possible for God to see you." And look at verse 49. Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." So it's interesting how Nathanael completely flips from his skepticism. Verse 46, "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" Verse 49, Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Now Jesus goes on in verse 50, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that." Yet he then added, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Jesus is raising the bar. He's telling Nathanael, it's good for you to acknowledge and understand that I'm the Son of God. But he also starts to open the window and increases his vision and says, you will see even greater things. You will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man. You know, it's remarkable when you think about what it means to follow Jesus. We are following the Son of God. We are following the one who came from heaven. And so, you know, simple things like being able to see us when we know that we can't be seen, that's one thing. But Jesus also is pointing to, there are much bigger things that are coming. Heaven's going to open, and angels are going to come and descend. Angels from God are going to ascend and descend on the Son of Man. We will know that Jesus, who truly Jesus is. And in those moments, we will give him the worship and praise that he deserves. Thank you for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.